most metal ever!
Do you ever wonder what's really going on in the actors' minds as they film intense scenes in Vecna's Mind Lair? Or play Metallica on guitar while a horde of killer bats approach? Yeah, stick around, we got you. Number 1. Get ready for a whole new meaning of death metal. Joseph Quinn goes through so much when playing the infamous Eddie. But for an afternoon in Season 4, he gets to have quite a bit of fun as a rock star. Prior to reading the script, Joseph received a text from the Duffer Brothers asking if he could play guitar.
They kind of texted me during the hiatus being like, can you play guitar? I said yes. Question mark, nothing.
He had no idea what they had in store until much later. His reaction after reading the script,
and I was just like, are you kidding?
Was much different after seeing the sequence play out.
It feels earned, and it feels fun, and it feels like the perfect crescendo for this crazy sequence.
Number 2. Get that Kleenex ready. This is a super emotional scene for Joseph Quinn. And for everyone to watch. Quinn thinks it's a delicate way of giving Eddie some well-deserved justice.
The pill that people are kind of finding hard to swallow is the fact people don't know that he dies a hero.
Of course, though, would we rather have our guy Eddie alive and well?
It's very touching, but it's still not right.
Number 3. We're jumping in right along with you, Steve. Joe Keery, for the first time, gets to show off all of the swim training he did for the show.
Like, I was paying for all this stuff, and then I showed up, and they're like, oh no, yeah, we cut that. We couldn't get a pool.
In this scene, Joe gets to plunge into a 40-foot tank built entirely for this moment.
Getting to do that sort of stuff is like true movie magic.
Number 4. Sadie Sink barely made it out of this one. Her performance is nothing short of incredible. But what was it like from her perspective?
A lot of time spent in the harness, I guess.
She really got to have the full experience on this set because most of the pieces were created by the art department.
I feel like this is the most elaborate form of harnessing that I've ever done.
We also can't forget how creepy Vecna was. His look is almost fully practical.
Which kind of, made it easier for me so I'm not like staring at a man in a green suit.
Number 5. Stancy, anyone? We haven't gotten to see Steve and Nancy together in quite a while. So it was really exciting to see their dynamic after all the characters' growth they've undergone. Not only that, but Joe Keery was also pumped to work with Natalia Dyer again.
It's fun to work together again, actually, because we haven't really worked together in a long time.
Though they couldn't give us any information regarding the future of their relationship. Natalia did make it clear that the show wants to portray two people who truly care about each other. Number 6. We take a visit to the country club for this one.
Go, ándale, really? Ándale, arriba, let's go!
The scene where Jonathan and Argyle are shooting golf balls into an abandoned junkyard was one of Charlie Heaton's favorite scenes to shoot in Season 4. He and Eduardo actually had to take golfing lessons beforehand.
The costume gave us these very yuppie, golfing outfits to go head up to this country club in.
They were surprised by how difficult just hitting a golf ball could really be.
So yeah, we had a lot of practice trying to hit these balls, which were ridiculously hard.
Eduardo was also constantly making Charlie laugh and throwing out brilliant one-liners that weren't in the script. Because of their natural chemistry, they ended up creating some hilarious moments. When Charlie runs and jumps through the window of the van, that wasn't actually in the script.
Me and Eduardo were just building each other up so much. It was just like, there's all this tension, so I just decided to run and jump through the window.
Number 7. Is this Stranger Things or Scooby-Doo?
Okay, there's a Scooby-Doo shot.
Oh yeah.
This scene, though it looks super cool and high-end, was actually filmed inside a warehouse. In true Stranger Things fashion, everything you see was built completely by the art department. Gaten, Joe, and Maya loved filming there.
I have great memories about shooting this. So this was like a really fun day.
And not so different from his character, Steve, Joe Keery gets to save a few lives in between takes.
Do you remember when you saved my life?
Maya Hawke almost took an unfortunate tumble off the edge of the set.
There was gaps in the thing where the laser was supposed to be.
And I took a foot off of it.
And Joe, in true Steve Harrington fashion, immediately grabbed her and pulled her back up. Number 8. A hospital visit might be necessary after this one. This intense scene was shot over the course of 2 days, about 14 hours of filming. That moment where Charlie Heaton slams a vase into Tom's face needed some extensive rehearsal.
Had to rehearse that so many times, safely, to get the choreography.
Michael Park, who plays Tom, was a great sport about it though.
One time you really got it.
I know, really. He said if you hit him harder, it's gonna hurt less.
Michael was willing to take as many hits as he needed for the sake of the scene. At one point, his entire ear was red from being slammed so hard.
Owie.
Due to the number of breaks they had to take to set up for different angles, they had to sort of psych themselves up to be in that intense, heightened state that the scene requires.
That also feels really nice to come home from a day's work and feel like you've put your body through, like, the ring.
Number 9. We've all got one. David Harbour isn't shy about the way he feels working with the kids of Stranger Things.
More feel like an angry uncle, I guess, like just a grumpy, annoyed neighbor.
Though he may not feel like a parent on set, he did find his protective side coming out. Because of that, he says that he was much harder on them than others might have been.
On a serious tip, I mean, I am very protective of those kids.
Number 10. Who knew playing a board game could be so nerve-wracking? It'd be impossible for Finn Wolfhard and Caleb McLaughlin to forget shooting this scene. Mostly because it was the very first one they ever did. Both of them were insanely nervous the day of. Caleb even got sick because of it.
We were all, I think, just really, just scared because we had no idea, we didn't have any rehearsal or anything.
Luckily, though, nerves definitely became a lot calmer. So calm, in fact, that the guys couldn't stop laughing.
It took us a while to get that scene done, but it was so much fun.
Number 11. Cue up a never-ending story.
Yeah, that was also just such a weird scene.
It was.
Although we're always down to hear Sadie Sink's incredible vocal skills, she thought the scene was a bit odd because of all the heartache that happened earlier in the episode.
Max's brother just died, and then I saw that in the script and I was like, what's going on? Now we're just singing and dancing.
Regardless, she was happy to have a lighthearted moment to balance out all the heavy emotions. Number 12. We're still not over it. This is a bittersweet scene for the cast. A great day on set for Finn Wolfhard is getting to do scenes with the entire cast.
Usually in those big group scenes, we're all just really happy because we all get to just do a scene together and hang out.
But in this case, happiness was definitely not the prime emotion.
I was pretty emotional that day.
That was one of the final scenes that were shot for season 3. So, in a way, we're actually getting to watch authentic goodbyes among the cast.
In a way, you're actually saying bye.
Yeah, and it was felt natural to hug everyone.
Yeah.
There are so many incredible stories and emotions hidden behind the Stranger Things moments. Sometimes you forget how hard the actors have to work to give them to us. What's your all-time favorite scene?